Today in this video I will discuss on the another economically important plants, that is the condiments. Okay, so we will start with a very important crop plant, that is ginger, which is mostly used as a condiment rather than as a spice. It is also used as a spice, okay, but it is mostly used as a condiment. Now ginger, the botanical name of ginger is Gingiber officinale, okay, and it belongs to the family of Gingiberaceae. It has a vernacular name such as adrak and ada. And this particular plant, they are perennial. Okay, these ginger plants, they are perennial, erect and aromatic herb with the underground rhizome. Okay, these are the rhizome of ginger, and they are on the ground, and also they have the aerial stems, as you can see in this figure, of about 75 centimeter in height. And the leaves they are alternate. Okay, the leaves are alternate and they are simple, sessile, okay, without a stalk. They are directly connected to the stem. They are sessile with sheathing leaf base. You can see here these leaf base which forms like a sheath which covers the stem, and they are linear lanceolate. Okay, they are tapering towards the end. Okay, they are linear lanceolate and they have the acuminate apex. And coming to the inflorescence, okay, of the you can see this is another picture of a ginger rhizome, and you can see this is the this one is the stem, that is the aerial stem of ginger, and these are the leaves. And we have here this is the inflorescence. Okay, the inflorescence is a compact spike, and the flowers, they are bisexual. Okay, the flowers are bisexual. They are also irregular and they are subtended by persistent bracts. Okay, the calyx, in case of the in flower of ginger, the calyx is tubular and three-lobed. Okay, the calyx is usually three-lobed, and the flowers, they are bisexual, irregular. The calyx is tubular and three-lobed, and the corolla here, it is bilabiate. Okay, that is two-lipped, and they are yellow with purplish spots. As you can see in this figure, they are yellow with purplish spots. And actually the stamens, they are 6 in number. Okay, but out of these 6, one is fertile, the other one is abortive, and the other 4, stamens, they are modified into a petaloid staminode. Okay, that is, the petaloid staminode is sterile. We can see it is sterile or abortive stamen which does not produce any pollen. Okay, and it is stamen like. That is why it is called as a staminode. Now that means only one out of these 6 stamens is fertile, and this the fertile stamen, it has a slender filament. Okay, the fertile stamen, it has a slender filament with 2-celled anther. Okay, with 2-celled anther, and the ovary here is inferior, and also the carpels, they are 3 in number. Okay, and also syncarpus, meaning they have the They are three in number and they are syncarpous, that is they are united. Okay, the carpels here, as you can see, they are united, three-celled with many ovules. Okay, with many ovules in each cell. On the axile placentation, you can see here the ovules, they are born around the center of this compound ovary on an axis formed from the joint septa. Here you can see. And the stigma, it is subglobose. Okay, the stigma is subglobose, and the fruit is oblong capsule with many seeds. Okay, the fruit is oblong capsule with many seeds. Now this is the plant description of ginger plant. So these I have already explained. Now coming to the area of cultivation. So the chief ginger growing countries of the world, they are India, China, Brazil, Indonesia, Australia, Jamaica, East Indies, West Indies, Mexico, North Africa and West Africa. So these are the chief growing countries in India. And ginger is cultivated commercially for its rhizome, which possess a distinct aroma for spice as well as medicine. This particular crop is indigenous to Indo-Malayan region, and it has been cultivated in India since the prehistoric times. Also in India, this ginger is grown in almost all the tropical as well as subtropical parts. Okay, mainly in these states, that is the Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. And India, it is the largest producer of dry ginger with an annual production of about 30,780 tons. And even in Meghalaya also, as you all know that in Meghalaya also, this is one of the state where ginger is cultivated. Now coming to the parts used in ginger, the ginger rhizome. Okay, the rhizome, it is much branch, somewhat resembling the palm of a hand with fingers, and it has the circular scars. Okay, and those circular scars, they represent the nodes with small scales. And we also have the fibrous roots that are emitted from these nodes, as you can see here in this figure. Okay, these are the circular scars, okay, the scar leaf which represent the node, and from these nodes you can see many adventitious roots are coming out. Okay, so this is the rhizome of ginger, which is the part of ginger which is mostly used. And the buds developing in the axil of these scales, they come up as aerial shoots with normal leaves. And the rhizome, it continues to grow underground while the aerial shoots die out annually. And the tail end of the rhizome also perishes when old. So again, if you see here, from the scale leaf or from the node, this is the bud which is coming out, and this is another bud which is coming out, and from this bud normal leaf are coming out. Okay, so these leaves with time, they will become dry and they will die out. So for cultivation of ginger, they usually cultivate this part of a ginger which has this bud, so that a new leaf will start to come out from this bud. Now, okay, so coming to the climate, ginger is cultivated in various altitudes, okay, which ranges from the sea level to 1500 meters, and also a well distributed rain is very good for the growth of this particular crop as well as its yield. And the soil, the crop grows well in different types of soil, preferably in deep, well-drained, friable loam rich in humus, with well-distributed rainfall or with irrigation facilities. And coming to the cultivation, now propagation of ginger is done by rhizomes, as I had already mentioned, the rhizomes which has the bud, okay, the bud which comes out from the rhizome. And the land, it should be prepared by ploughing and cross ploughing after the first shower, especially during March to April, to get a deep fine tilth. And the crop is grown either as a rain-fed or with irrigated facilities. So in case of the rain-fed crop, in this case the crop is raised in shallow pits. And just remember the rows, okay, where the crop is to be cultivated, those rows, they are running 25 centimeter apart, so they should be 25 centimeter apart, and the distance between each pit in a row is being 15 to 20 centimeter. So this is the difference. In case of irrigated crop, we have the planting again is done in shallow pits on the top of the ridges, but the distance is different, okay. In case of irrigated crop, they are about 40 to 45 centimeter apart. And here the cultivation is done by taking a small piece of seed rhizomes of about 20 to 30 gram with at least one bud, okay, at least one bud should be there, and these are planted at a depth of 5 centimeter and then covered with soil. And the time of cultivation, it varies with climatic condition, okay. It varies in some areas. For example, in South India, sowing is usually done in the month of April to May, whereas in North India the sowing is usually done during May to June. And in irrigated crop, watering is done within short time after sowing. But in case of those rain-fed crop, the seed beds, they are protected from the sun and heavy rain by mulching with the leaves, okay. So the soil, it is covered with these leaves to protect from the sun as well as heavy rain. And emergence of shoot after sowing the rhizome, the emergence of shoot, it will take place within 10 to 20 days. And earthing is done 1 to 2 times, and weeding, that is removing of the weeds and all, 3 to 4 times are necessary throughout the lifetime of the crop. So irrigation is given as bare requirement, okay, whenever water is required. And the crop, it requires heavy manuring to get a good yield, and organic manure is usually applied as a basal dose. And in addition, other fertilizers are also applied, like nitrogen, then phosphorus pentoxide, as well as potassium oxide. These are the other fertilizers which are usually applied during the cultivation of ginger crop. Now coming to the harvesting, the crop is harvested in about 8 months, when the pseudostem, okay, the aerial stem, as well as the leaves, they begin to dry. And after lifting from the ground, these rhizomes, they are cleaned, and usually the average yield of green ginger, it varies from 5,000 to 10,000 kg per hectare. And the amount of dry ginger, it usually varies from 15 to 25%. So after harvesting, the curing of the green ginger is done by soaking the ginger in water for easy removal of the skin. And after soaking for about 2 to 3 hours, these rhizomes, they are usually rubbed by hand, and they are washed properly and also dried in the sun for about 3 to 4 days until they become dry. And the essential oil is usually present in the epidermal surface or epidermal cell of the rhizome. Thus excessive scraping should be done. Okay, next we have uses. Ginger is used more as a condiment rather than as a spice, okay. And the aroma of ginger is usually due to the presence of an essential oil, and the pungent taste of ginger is used to the presence of these non-volatile substances such as the oleoresin as well as the gingerine. Okay, non-volatile substances are those substances that does not readily evaporate, okay, into gas on the existing conditions, because they usually exhibit low vapor pressure and also a high boiling point. So these are called the non-volatile substances. Now these essential oils, they give the ginger its pungent taste, and the rhizomes, they are commonly used as a condiment, and also it is very popular for exceedingly popular for flavoring beverages such as ginger beer as well as ginger malt. And the rhizomes, they are also used in medicines as carminative, that is for relieving flatulence, and also it acts as a digestive stimulant. Now it makes valuable drugs for piles, then rheumatism, that is the pain in the joints, okay, the inflammation of the joints, then dropsy, that is the swelling of the soft tissues, neuralgia, as well as pulmonary diseases and other diseases as well. So many diseases, okay. Now coming to the varieties of ginger, out of many, the important recommended varieties are Thingpuri Maran, Narasapatam, and Rio de Janeiro. These are the important recommended varieties which have a higher yield, and other two important high yielding varieties are Suruchi as well as Suprabha. Now coming to the disease and insects, this yield of ginger, it suffers from both diseases as well as insect pests. Now these are the common diseases of ginger: the leaf spot diseases caused by fungi. Okay, the causal organism is Phylosticta gingerberi, and also a soft spot disease caused by another fungi, that is Pythium afinidermatum, thread blight caused by a bacteria Pellicularia filamentosa, and also a mosaic streak disease caused by virus. Now these are some of the insect pests which usually infect the ginger plant, that is the green caterpillar, the scale insects, shoot borer, spice beetle, as well as the thrips. So these are some of the diseases of very common diseases or which affect the yield of the ginger plant.